I'm in the base. I'm in the green room. Oops.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Our Treasure Home. And little technical difficulties going on there for a few minutes, but we're here. So we got Shadow over here, that way, and then Duz is down below. So welcome to Sunday Morning Live. Alrighty, so we have Shadow, Beverly, hi Beverly, Colby, Carol, all in the chat. So, oh goodness, I've got so many things I'm doing today. This may not be a long one today, an hour one, like usual. I have bought my potting soil yesterday to start planting my plants and everything. So while it's cool this morning, I want to get that started because it's supposed to get really hot this afternoon. I'm like, really? The week before, we were in the 40s and 50s for highs and freezing temperatures, and now we're in the 80s.
It's crazy. The temperature's all over the place.
Exactly. Hey, Heather, how you doing? Heather, I just have a question for you. Did you text me last night? Just say yes or no in the chat, but that way I know it's you. Hey, there's Laura. How you doing? There's a few things I'm doing on. There's a typing away.
That's not me. That's Shadow.
That's Shadow.
Yep, that's me, the one and only.
Woohoo!
What was the question Heather wants to know?
Well, oh. Did you text me last night? This is her. Did you text me last night? I just want to make sure it's you. Respond. So on Wednesday, I'm going back to my family doctor. My hip left hip is getting worse instead of getting better. So, I'll take y'all along that journey too, like I did my hands and my heart, and we'll see what they say. Because a couple of years ago, I went to an orthopedic, and he goes, "Oh, you'll need hip replacement, but not right now." And I was like, 2 years ago, I told him, "Okay, just want to make sure." And I was like, "It's right now, I can't walk. Not years from now." So at least to get an updated MRI of my hips and everything, see what's going on. If they want to do something, they said I already have osteoarthritis in my left hip, but now it's my right leg that, yes, and this is personal, but I don't care because it might help somebody. My right leg is my good leg, but now I'm having difficulty lifting that up and getting over in the tub to take a shower. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't right. Something's got to be done. I don't care how many exercises I do or, stuff on my right foot to be all right. It still have that difficulty lift your leg up until they get over. So we're going to see what they say, and we'll go on that journey together. So, but yesterday, I was bringing stuff up from the basement. My prepper supply, about that, or storage, and going through what was expired, what's not expired, and everything. And I figured, hey DJ, how you doing? It says I heart already, and I really don't think it's anything as far as like the nightshades, the potatoes and tomatoes and all that makes me hurt or anything or makes it worse. I decided I'd make me some soup. So yesterday I made some tomato, I called it vegetable tomato soup. And then I added cheddar cheese, which is the dairy-free cheddar cheese.
That sounds good.
Oh my goodness. I put carrots, green beans, there's a can of mixed vegetables, I think I put in there. No, a can of whole potatoes, a can of tomato paste, not paste, but tomato sauce, and a can of diced chilies. I fixed me a bowl, and then afterwards, they had made lasagna. I'm gonna show y'all this lasagna here in just a minute. And then I took a couple pieces of lasagna, broke it up, and put it in the rest of the soup that was sitting on the stove, and just let that slowly cook that noodle and everything. So I was like, I'll show y'all what I made. And I've got 3 containers of these. So I was like, well, that's 3 different meals. And this, yeah. Oh, it's so good. And I put that cheese in it, and cheese thickened it up. So there's my noodles. There's the green beans, the carrots. And let's see here. And these are the diced tomatoes. So it's like quick and easy meals because it's hot. I can pop it in the microwave and reheat it up. I'm not cooking it.
Yeah, we've got our crock pot going right now ourselves.
Oh, yeah. It is hot, and I'm just like, we try not to. I cooked this in the oven yesterday, and we still having problems with this AC. So I was like, oh my gosh. So we're like, no more heat. If we don't have to use the oven or the stove or anything, we're good to go. And I'm trying to figure out a place to sit my Ninja so that I have to we put it back and forth in the closet and everything so I can have access to it easily. Because it's not the part of lifting it up. That part, because my upper shoulders and everything are strong, is walking with it across the floor.
Right.
Because I was like, even just carrying my coffee, and using one cane because now I'm using 2, and it's like, don't give out, help, don't give out, help, don't give out, talking to my help, don't give out on me just yet.
Right.
So I'm like, ugh. I've said this before, I've noticed this. I always remembered, because even as a kid, I favored my right leg more than my left leg. And I wonder if something was weird back then and nobody ever caught on to it.
Hi, Sue. Good morning.
Hey, Sue, how you doing? So let me show y'all this lasagna that they made last night. It's like, that's a hurting because I can't have it. Like, you know? Oh, it's like, that's all right. So they've got, dinners for the next, for tonight and whatever's left over for tomorrow's lunch and stuff. But I was like, it smells so good. And Anastasia tries to give me a bite. Honey, I still can't. Hey, Peter, how you doing?
Hi, Peter.
Because I ate something that, and it's not purposely, to cross-contaminate the thing. But I had, I got flare-ups on my hands, and I'm just like, okay, still not over with yet. The little things here and there doing. I'll fix that. I can heat up my soup later and have that. And I'm just like, I miss having peppers and tomatoes. I do still have potatoes every once in a while. And I've gone weeks and I've done a fast kind of no potatoes and tomatoes, peppers and everything like that. Just to see if it really helped or not. I really didn't see a difference. as far as that goes. And I'm just like, so I'll still probably limit myself on it, but I'm still going to have it. I miss potato chips and dip, and even though chips aren't good for you, but sometimes you just want something different.
Yep.
So Anastasia and she had a bag of barbecue chips last night, and we had us. I'll show you what it is. I'm not sponsored yet, but it'd be nice. Oh, I gotta eat them. We have the Kite Hill, which is dairy-free spinach and artichoke dip. Oh my goodness, that stuff is so good. So they had one and we have one, and Anastasia and I ate a fair share of it last night, and then up there with her, I kind of like, she don't mind. I doze off and I wake up and she goes, Grandma, I'm like, what? She goes, I ate the rest of the dip. I'm like, it's okay. Hey, Bert. Hey, Paul. I said, that's what it's there for. It's for us to eat. But there's nothing left for you. I said, it's all right. You ate. That's good.
Hey, Bert and Paul.
But she is growing. Some days she eats like a horse, and some days she eats like a bird. And I'm just like, on the days she eats a lot. I tell them, be ready, because she's getting ready to grow.
Oh, yeah, those growth spurts.
Yeah, it's like, wow, 10 and a half years old already. So, and I
Time
said
is flying.
I'll tell you, but I know one thing, I've enjoyed the 10 years and everything. And her mom has always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And over the so we've been here since 2018. And she's been working that long. And it's just like the Lord finally worked it out to where she could stay home, that we're comfortable, we're not struggling or anything. And it's like, the Lord worked it out. And I said, the other day, I said, the Lord's going to answer prayers. No matter what you pray for, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but things will be answered.
No problem, Laura.
No, not at all.
Laura is gardening and listening, so she doesn't say hi to somebody. She's sorry, but hello to everyone. Yeah, I'm making chicken breasts, taco seasoning, and paste picante sauce in the crock pot, and then we'll shred it and we'll have it wrapped with cheese, and then tomorrow we'll probably have it over rice. We made enough for leftovers for a couple of days. Hey, did everybody?
Go ahead, guys.
I was just gonna say, when she said it was too wet to garden, I'm like, did everybody come out of the tornadoes okay? That are in tornado areas? Because I put out on my community tab, roll call, everybody okay?
Exactly, because where they had the 10 color meetup,
Yeah.
the storms went through there last night. So are you talking about praying? Because I was praying for that no storms would be there when they were all there together, because that'd have been a mess.
Yeah. I was talking to Paragon Ridge because they did a live last night when I was over at Eddie's live, I think, or Gary's, and they were doing a live, and you could see behind them they had the weather report up, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is everybody okay? They were okay at the time, but then when I woke up this morning, they ended up having to go into the storm cellar or wherever their storm shelter, and they had the dogs with them, and then they mentioned that they were okay. The dogs didn't want to come out; they were hanging out still in there. But everybody,
Yeah.
but the two boys and them came out, and then I put in this morning, and Dink and Tank, Heartlands with Dink and Tank, said that they were okay, and those that are, that have been affected, they're sending prayers and heartfelt thoughts and everything to them. But
Amen.
yeah, I wanted to make sure that people that are in the area turn around and whatchamacallit. No, Josh.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Hey, CB. I really hope they can find the animals. Jason Crocker and them got hit a couple of nights ago, and all their animals spread out. They haven't gotten the pigs back yet. I don't think. No, the pigs are back. The pigs might be back, but the goats were found by a neighbor that used to have goats across the creek and down by his land. So he brought them back up to Jason, and then the chickens and the hens and the one rooster got a little banged up, and they don't know if somebody like an animal got to them or the weather just threw them around in the woods because they were in the woods and it was super windy. Yeah, and then all their dogs fared okay. They have like 8 dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because last night I was watching Storm Chaser Brandon Kopic and Vince Moretti. I think that's how you say his last name. But because Brandon Kopic's here from Toledo, Ohio, and they were in Sulphur, Oklahoma, and as they're chasing the tornado's in front of them. But as they get through where the damage is at, they come across fire and police and everything. And this house was, they say it was flattened. And they were, because since I think one's an EMT and one's a paramedic, but they've got their national registration. So where they are, they can render first aid and everything and help with search and rescue. So they actually helped the firefighters because it was like everybody was in oblivion, not knowing what to do, how to do it, where to get, where to start first.
Yeah, they were in panic mode themselves. Yeah.
So they helped the fire department get those people out. And it was funny because the people first didn't know they were on YouTube. And Brandon finally told me, "No, we're live on YouTube and everything else." But it was so awesome just to hear that conversation and hear how great those people were that they came to help them get out of the house. Because they still had 3 dogs stuck in the house, but they say they'll eventually get them out. But these people were just like so grateful and everything. And it was up till 2:00 in the morning. They were finally went to incident command and everything. He goes, "I'm just going to live, y'all. We're still trying to do a search and rescue, find out about different things." And even at 2:00 in the morning, the tornado sirens were still going off.
Yeah.
And Pleasant Mills, it was Pleasant Mills and another place. And I was like, come on, man, when it gets nighttime, it's supposed to cool down and settle down. But I mean, in the line of the tornadoes, that line went from Texas all the way up through Iowa again.
Wow.
And it's like, there were so many weather people and storm chasers and all live. I was just kind of like going from one to one. But Texas, they were getting tornadoes. It was Oklahoma. Then it was Kansas. And then it was Missouri. Then it's Iowa. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, so since if we're having this now, okay, the hurricane can stay out in the ocean and don't come to land anymore this year.
Right?
It's like, we got enough. We don't need no hurricanes. Because I'm just sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, if we got this going on, and there's a tropical storm already in the Atlantic Ocean, I'm like, stay there. I command it to stay there. Because I was like, we don't need that. We just, nobody needs that right now.
I'm
'Cause I
reading Dink and Tank. They just they just put an update like 2 hours ago. It said I'm on my community tab. So far, they're the only ones that said absolutely. Oh wait a minute. Thank you for checking. I was worried about everybody in the path of these storms over the last few days. She goes, absolutely. Oklahoma got hammered last evening. Don't know about Tahlequah area. Lots of Oklahoma YouTube family were we are thinking about them as well as YouTube meetup goers. Yeah. Let's see. CB said she evacuated during the last round of tornadoes about 3 weeks ago. Booked the camper, took off in a storm chasing me to Ohio to my sister's house. Wow. Well, all was okay. Thank goodness, CB.
all right. Yeah, good.
Oh,
And
Peter. Peter was at the meetup. Peter, Old Man King. Hi, Verna. Peter, is everybody okay? Did you? I know you probably ended up going home last night, or did you stay? Are you still up there at the meetup, Peter? He says it's still about Josh Sherman, but I'm wondering if he's okay and everybody else is okay right now that's there at the meetup.
Yeah. Now, Jerry, was he home or was he at a hotel?
He was at a hotel. He was at a
Okay, that's
hotel. Yeah, the lodge. There was what was it? Brenda ended up being there the first night. You came home last night. Okay. If you hear anything, update on my community tab, please, Peter. If you hear about anybody, same with you, CB. Update on my community tab. What was I gonna say? Oh, Brenda, the night before, I think it was either Thursday night or Friday night, she camped in a tent, and it was pouring so bad that her tent got wet. She ended up finding a room at a hotel that was still available, so she at least got out of any storms that might have come through after that because it was starting to rain again. So yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching one of the newscast things that was in that's in Suffolk, Oklahoma. They were showing the area. He showed one pond. He said, "This isn't a pond." He goes, "Those trees are never in water." He goes, and the trees. I mean, the water was halfway up the trees, and it's just like, oh my goodness, because they said the rain. Because Vince was talking about. He goes, if the rain would just calm down, if we could get the storm moving to where we're in the yellow or the green. He goes, that'd be so much better. But it was just pouring so hard last night and this morning, and I'm just like, Lord, I was praying. I just couldn't sleep. I was like, it was probably about 2:30 when I finally went to sleep. It's hot down here, so I'm always cold. So when I'm in, I'm in a tank top, and I'm in shorts because it's hot down here, and it's like, this is not normal. Because it's always
Alexa,
cold.
good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
So I was like,
Get ready for some awesome content
Sorry.
from home because
Oh, no, you're
Kung Fu Panda
fine.
4 is now available on Prime Video.
I'm trying to block the mic, and Alexa's still going about Kung Fu Panda.
I was laughing about a few minutes ago is Heather at Milk and Honey Homestead, because when she was live this week, the other day, Thursday something or other. Anyway, she was talking about it being her birthday. For some odd reason, I heard her. She said she was 28. I'm like, you don't look 28. Then when she sat there and said how old her kids were, I was like, I think I misheard what she said. But Heather, you're 28 in my mind, okay?
That's funny.
Oh, so it's like, oh my goodness.
That's awesome, CB.
And I think, and this wasn't meant to be like a talking about prepping or anything today. It was about whatever. And I was like, to me, it's all about fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. And we were taught that as a kid in school. Have a plan for whatever. Stop, drop, and roll. Do y'all remember in school?
Yeah.
The firefighter coming to the classroom, And, that was the best thing all was seeing the firefighters coming to the classroom. But, they teach you about stop, drop, and roll because when you run, you just fan in the flames. So, yeah, that's,
What I wish that they had classes for newbies like me. I'm still a newbie in a way, even though I've been here 14 years. Newbies on what to do, actually what to do and prepare for hurricanes, and also how to cook on a grill. You know what I mean? It's like, give me the instructions, show me how to do it, show me how the coals have to be. I mean, I have a grill, no charcoal now because it was gifted to me from my friends that moved to Georgia. But it's like, tell us exactly where to go to get the supplies, what we need. Is there a package that we can afford? Because I would love to get a generator. I can't. I would love to get more coolers. I can't because I'm not spending $100 for a cooler. It's just no way, So it's just like to have those kind of classes preparedness for all ages, for all newbies in those zones for hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, whatever, landslides from rainstorms, what we can do to prepare ourselves. Where exactly are these shelters? Where exactly is this route to escape? If that route is down, what other route is there to bypass to get to where, don't just give us a little pamphlet and say, figure it out. You know what I mean? It's just like, give us the classes and exactly what we need, what kind of radios we need, because radios are almost obsolete again. You know what I mean? It's just like your CD player and your cassette player.
Right.
It's becoming obsolete. So, yeah. They need to give that for everybody that moves into those zones, how to prepare. Blizzards. What do you do when you have no power and all that kind of stuff? How do you cook if you don't have a camping stove or a fireplace or something to stay warm? What do you do? You're snowed in. You can't get out.
Exactly. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Somebody's processing something today. Hugo says about her rabbits. Ty finds out, and now look, we talk about the weather. He's in Colorado. They're having another winter storm. They're getting winter storm again. Snow.
Oh, Captain Jack Scrapper. I like that name.
Hey, Jack, how you doing? Oh, Jack is funny. If y'all hadn't heard, he's so funny. Check him out. He has an adult.
I don't, Huga.
I
don't know anything about survival.
Things on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night and Saturday. He has 2 lives. So Wednesday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and 2 on Saturday. Another day. Look, I don't have the thing running. Let me see if I can get the banner going. Well, I type home with Stuffy in the chat. And I'm not on StreamYard. Restream. I'm on StreamYard because I use a private setting on StreamYard to do Bible study for my groups and Monday nights and all. And I was just there kind of fooling around. And I ended up making the live here through StreamYard. I was like, wait a minute, my stuff's not scrolling through. I haven't updated anything here on the StreamYard. But yes, type home or Stuffy in the chat. If y'all have a channel you want to shout out, I don't mind at all. This is all about helping each other, supporting each other, loving each other, because we never know what someone's going through. And a simple hello or how you doing, or you can do it, well, I'm here for you, can make somebody's day. Now, what the world is this thing doing? I don't think my mouse and the computer like each other anymore, because I can click on one thing and something else comes up. I'm like, I didn't click on that.
Usually
world.
happens.
So I clicked on the comments to come up, and the thing just shifted, and I don't know. Who knows? So I don't see the comments right now.
Yeah, see, you've got city folk here. We don't know nothing about survival. We live day to day with what we have in the fridge and the cabinet.
Right.
That's it. If our stove works.
Yeah, exactly. And I can do something, a general prepping or a guide to do stuff and everything. And if anybody has any ideas, we could do a collab of that so we can help Des. And then
Beginner's guide. Beginner's
Yeah.
guide with what's in the house, not how to skin an animal and fish and hunt. I'm not into any of that.
she is upstairs. Exactly. I would love to live in the country. She's upstairs in her room. Who knows
I'd love
what
to
she's
live by
doing?
mountains and lakes, but doesn't mean I want to hunt around mountain and lakes. I cried when I can't even watch Bambi because it's too heartbreaking for me. So yeah.
Exactly. I know. So, but I tell you, Des, when it comes down to it, you will either hunt or you forage. This is the way it's going to, when it comes down to it. And I know the like Stringfield Ridge Farm, Heather Milk and Honey Homestead, Heritage Farm. There's some other channels I can think of right here. And Rain Country. Let's see. And as you get going, you put those in. Others will pop up. It'll teach you what is what in the around your area. Different besides like dandelions, right? We all know dandelions, honeysuckle. But there's other things that you can go forage and use to and make stuff with and eat. Yeah, the canned goods, the box, and everybody's talking about get away from box food, but when you're in a pinch and you got those storms coming through, you're gonna be glad you got those box food. Not everybody can do a meal in a jar because mason jars, well, they were expensive. I think they've come back down in price, but not everybody can buy those either. Something else that's what you can do: take your Ziploc bags and fill it up with water, stick them in your freezer, and then you have your own ice packs. And as and they melt and whatever, you can have them underneath, put them at the bottom, put your feet on top. And as it melts, it still keep everything cold. If for your cold foods, that's something we can. Somebody has something different, we can do a collab and make a video. Put it in a playlist. Beginner's guide to. And everybody has, what if this happens and what if that happens? I understand what Des is talking about. If people can talk about it, but you're not showing people
Right.
how
I
to do
bought
it.
like I have those little light. Well, I won them actually from Shirley from Just Doing Our Best. Those little light switches, the LED light switches you put the batteries in. So I have those, and I have a lantern. I have tons of candles. I try to keep AAAs and AA's in my house in the fridge stored, but my daughter goes through them like crazy because mostly everything she has is battery operated. But I need to find is one of those emergency radios, that's like solar power that I could put outside. Because when we lost power for over a week, we brought my glass table out front from the back porch that we found. Those patio tables, there's glass in the middle around the side, and it has a hole in the middle for the umbrella. And I have a beach umbrella, and we sit out front with our benches. and we try to, stay cool that way. Rechargeable batteries, yeah. I know I need to do rechargeable batteries for sure. Again, it's expenses. They're so expensive.
Nancy, I put a link in the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can download that. It's a PDF file, so you can download it for free.
Nice.
It is a pamphlet they sent to every household here in Sweden in 2018, and there will be a revised version of it, and that will come out now in October, I believe. So,
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
So if you don't mind, can I put that in the chat too, that link?
go right ahead. Yes.
I'll
Any
take that.
information? Any tip? Jack, that's so funny. Nancy Drew won the Guess Who channel, and then Jack does a scratcher, and she didn't win any money. Here lately, they've been like does.
Yeah, I'm looking for the right crank radio that's got solar attached with it. I think I've
And
got
that
one on my
is-
wish list, but I don't know if it's the right one, so I haven't bought it yet.
And that one on PDF is on English, so that is not a problem.
Yeah, that was pretty. I'm looking at it. It's pretty interesting.
And then Heather says, save your jars and lids from sauces and other things. You can store dry foods in them, like rice and beans. And in the way that only they kind of, I understand people can't eat certain things, but when it comes down to it, and that's all you have to eat is rice and beans, you're going to eat it.
Yeah, I love rice and beans. In our house, that's a staple.
No.
Spanish blood. We eat too much rice and beans. It likes wearing it on our butt and tummy.
Exactly. And who does like save your lint from the dryer and the toilet paper roll, and you stuff it in there, and that'll start your fire. That's a fire starter right there.
I keep on forgetting to save my toilet paper roll. I have a whole bag of lint because I keep it in my closet where the dryer is, and I have it hanging on a hanger. So every time I go to clean the lint, it goes right in that bag and stored. So that's not an issue. Just saving the toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, and matches are good, but if you can get a what's it called, Shadow? One of those striker things that
Flint, striker, flint. I know what you're talking about.
Ferrocium rod.
Yeah, those help also because those.
You need to add some Vaseline to that lint. Where's the Vaseline do? Oh, it's like a fuel. What am I saying? It's got oil in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaseline and cotton balls.
Yeah, we used to do that, and we used to also do the matchsticks. We would put a ferro rod. We used to put the matchsticks in wax. We used to go camping and put them in a jar, and the striker would be inside the lid, so that when we needed to use it, we could just strike the inside of the lid for our matches, because it would rain when we went camping. But that was like when I was in 9th grade. That's a long time ago. I'm now 60. I think I was like 15 at the time, or 14.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
we
that's
go, one of those. I have
There you go.
those big long, those big long lighters.
Yeah.
I have those too, and wooden matches, long wooden matches.
and candles are good to have.
I've
Oh,
got
like
2 baskets full.
and then if you can, just save up for it, but get an oil lamp. Like we used to think of Little House on the Prairie when we used to watch them with the oil lamps. Then
Yeah. Well, I have a lantern where you just pull the thing, but you have to hang it because if you let go of the handle, it self-closes on itself. So I have to hang it up on something. But we have that. We have those light switches with the LED, and we have it in the bathroom. at the top of the stairs. The kids have one in the bathroom up in their room, so that we have some wherever there's in the kitchen. That way we have some light to get around the house, especially with me, my walker, and the two cats. I don't want to trip and run over them.
Oh yeah,
Or you get yourself a rechargeable
I like
lantern,
that.
and this is the brightest.
I like
Oh,
that.
wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
You charge it. You use a USB cable for this one.
There you go. I also have one of those external. What is it? Those battery packs for phones. So it's already charged and ready.
Power banks.
Yes, thank you. One of them. Hey, I know what it is. The wording I don't know.
Yeah.
Pepper, I am not. I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Let's just put it that way. But I don't have like a whole. Like I should have like a big tote with everything in there that's nearby. Emergency kit for everything.
Exactly.
So we're like in the dollar store. I didn't even think about the dollar store.
Dollar store has a lot. Temu has a nice. Now I have the small one, and Anastasia has put it somewhere. But it's a flashlight. It's a solar flashlight, but it also has the plug-in so where you can charge your phone, or if you need to charge something other. Once it's fully charged, and I tested it out, and it does charge my phone. So I got the little one, and the next thing I knew, my son got the big one, and I just looked at him, and I just shook my head. I thought it was so funny because I was like, "Hey, I am. I'll keep saying, we need to get ready for this, and this happens, and oh no, we're good." And it was last year, last February, we had a tornado warning. He goes, "What in the world?" He goes, "That's the first time in my life." Now he's 30 years old now. Have we ever had a tornado warning in the middle of winter? I'm like, yeah. It's just, you just never know.
Right.
And I've been waiting for those storms, in the middle of the country, Texas and all them to come this way. But as they come across the country, they just fizzle out. And I'm just like, okay, there are places that need rain. At least get them some rain.
Yeah.
But I've got some videos about I have a playlist about kind of like being prepared and everything. This is a small one, and I have a bigger one upstairs, and then we have a first aid kit downstairs. But this has got like Band-Aids and scissors, tape and gauze. I even have, I think it's a bottle of ibuprofen in it. And this, I used this when Anastasia and I used to go outside, and I would take it outside. She's a kid. What if I fall? What if she falls? Scrape your knee or something another. So that's why I have this one. And the other day, it was like last month, or was it this February again? We had another tornado, and it was just me and Anastasia here. They were at work. Oh yeah, it was at 5 o'clock in the morning. We had a tornado sirens going off, and I'm like, I was trying to go upstairs, get her, come back downstairs. I'm trying to figure out where is the jump bag from upstairs. She goes, it's under the bed. I said, okay, you need to find that and one day, not now, but one day, and the flashlight, so we can get it all together and we can just grab it and go. And I forgot to grab this little one, but I was just like, those are the worst. Is at 5 o'clock and when it's dark to have a tornado come through. Because I'm like, I'm like, no way. Come on, don't do it now.
Yeah.
And that thing lasted for an hour. And you see, Hilliard, we can go up the street in 2 miles. We're in the outskirts of Hilliard, but it was more in Hilliard that the tornado, it wasn't far from us. So I'm just like, and then it was an EF0, but still that stuff does damage too.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
she
don't mind
doubled
me.
with the last runner back, and she won $25. I remember the first time we went to Jack's channel, I won twice. And I won 2 different tickets, and I was like, it was like $30 or something like that. I haven't won anything, but that's just the name of the game when you do scratchers too. But Jack, we have so much fun on his channel. Like I said, if you got information, if you have any tips or hints, if you want to shout out a channel, put it in the chat. That's what we're all here for, to help each other out. And
I'm looking for
so,
Anthony's.
and here's a tip that I have that people don't think of. Buying fabric. Yes, I'm got fabric. People sent me fabric and everything to make whatever I need with it, like the quilts and everything else, which I'll get to one day and everything and put together. But having fabric, you can do so much with that, which you're not thinking of, because even if you don't make it into something, if you need something to cover yourself with, in the bathroom, or if they tell you to get in the tub, or if you downstairs on the lower level or whatever, and you can't, and you're trying to hurry, if you put get 2 yards of fabric, that's some kind of covering that will keep glass and everything. A tarp is better, but something is better than nothing. Make your own laundry detergent is cheaper. I've done that quite a few times. Let's see here. Another little thing, those little battery operated fans that we used to have in the summertime years ago. You remember those? Yes. I want those little handheld fans. Or get a little battery operated one, or get a handheld fan like you get from the dollar store. Because when the air is still and there's no moving air, that little fan is going to help get the airflow going.
Oh, that I don't have to worry about. I have at least 10 of those.
Yeah.
Spaniard. We keep fans around. Hand fans.
Yes. And people have pets, but then I'll be like, "Hey, Brandon, how you doing?"
Hey, Brandon.
Have an extra cane, because you never know when you might need it, or someone else might need one. And it's like little things that we use every day. If you sit and think about it, make a list of, okay, here's people, the basic necessities. People think of toothpaste, toothbrush, anything. What about face wash? Something like to wipe yourself down. Baby wipes, wet ones. You can get those towel things now, like from Temu, that when they get wet, they you make into a towel, something to to wipe yourself down. You need is water, and get now we have bar soap, but if you like put soap, something that you can use to put in a bag, or just something that you can have in a box that you can take with you.
What's going on?
I don't know. Is that you, Shadow?
Say it again.
Was that you?
Which one?
That thing.
No, that's funny.
Something came through from somewhere on somebody's phone or computer.
It's my neighbors drilling in the walls again.
That's what it is. Okay. It sounded like it was coming through the computer, like it was like or your phone, like your phone's right there and you're getting a message or something or an emergency thing, but it was drilling. Got it.
Yeah.
Drilling at what time of night? No. Oh, excuse me. Or time of the day. You're 7 hours ahead, I think. What? 7:30 there, almost, Swede. Is it like
Yeah.
almost 7:30? Yeah.
6:20.
Okay.
6:20
All
p.m.
right, so we're 6 hours, you and I.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a minute.
I forgot Central is 7.
Yeah. Central is 7.
Yeah. Hey, Anastasia.
Hi, Des.
And there's Shadow.
Hi, Shadow.
And everybody was wondering where you were at. I said you were upstairs in your room. Having fun. King, it does not want to stay up.
Usable.
Mm-hmm.
Usable.
Are y'all having a little
Salt, sugar, white rice, dried beans.
So
powdered
we're
milk,
having
beef jerky. Beef jerky wouldn't make it in my house. I'm sorry.
Okay. Everybody right
I
now?
buy a packet, it's gone in a half an hour. Bacon, soda, soy sauce, instant coffee, spices. I bought a French press, so that way, if I need to make coffee, I have my French press. And I bought a grinder too. That's I think I bought a couple of things that I could use off if I lost power. You know, and I have my tea kettle, and I would 4-pack of it's a butane, whatever it is in the green thing that you get for your Coleman stove. So I have that for the gas for the Coleman stove. So I was like, I am not doing without a stove if I want to be able to cook something for my family. And then we've been taking like leftovers and we've been putting them in freezer bags for food. But I kind of wish that I had one of those. The freezer bags don't work well. I need one of those other things that lasts a little bit longer. The food, sealer thing. Food saver, yeah, I need one of them. What?
Oh, see, they have to take them down. But hey, Kevin, how you doing? But yeah, the food saver sealer bags, those work really good also. Yeah, dehydrating. That's what I'm going to do this year. A lot is dehydrate instead of canning.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a food saver. That's not going to cost me an arm and a leg for those meals that are left over. Because then you can take those and even drop them in a thing of boiling water to heat it up. You know what I mean? So you don't have to dirty up the pot. It's less washing, and then just serve when there's no power.
Exactly.
Kind of reminds me of the old banquet meals in the bag. Throw it in the pot, boil it.
Yeah, exactly. You remember those? And then like rice-a-roni, not rice-a-roni, cup of noodles.
Yeah.
It was so it came in a red box. Cup of soup or something another like that. This is like in the 70s, and we thought it was the best thing because it was like pre-packaged, and all you had to do was put it in water, and there you go.
Yeah, we used to get those and put it over the Salisbury steak and the turkey, and put it over a piece of bread because it come with the gravy and everything. That would be like, and then some veggies on the side. Like, yeah, I can handle this. Then they got rid of it. I'm like, no.
Oh, I know. But you can take spices and make your own mix, and then just put it in a Ziploc bag and put it with your whatever meal you want to have it with, and you can keep it separate, and that way, when you go to fix it, you just add it to it.
Yeah. Again,
so
that would
that's
be like get the freezer back because or the sealer because that way you could seal it into individual packet and put it with the meal.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you can do so like the jar sealer lid that I have that I got for my birthday last year. That you just put it on there, and then you can seal up different. I've done beans and rice and different things. Dried fruit is another one to have on hand.
Hmm.
Um, exactly, especially if like you got this banana chips, so you can keep them in the bag, but when you open it, you don't have to eat it, or you can have that sealer thing.
There's the drilling again.
Yeah, they drilling and drilling. Oh, that's so annoying.
I
Must be
believe
something
it.
bad to be drilling that much.
Exactly.
No,
Oh. Yeah, I gotta
So
definitely. I'm gonna definitely look at that list that you gave us, Shadow, and then compare
yeah,
it to.
that is a good list because that is basically the basics. You
Yeah,
what you should have. That is
which I don't have half of it.
well, go through the list and check off what you have
Yeah.
and what you don't have, and you and a wind up radio with solar panel and rechargeable. Those you can. There are expensive ones. There are cheaper ones for $20. The those for $20 works perfectly fine. I have one for yeah, maybe I believe it costs $20 or $30 or something, but that works perfectly.
Right.
Clean sound and everything on it. So and it's wind up having rechargeable and have a solar panel as well. So and a flashlight uh, on
Yeah, I
top of
got
that.
a little. I got a little hand flashlight. That's got a lot of That's really bright LED. My son's got one and a hand head lantern. But
Yeah,
it's just the other ones around the house, and have one outside that's not going to attract all the mosquitoes. If we sit outside because inside gets so hot, we can't open windows because we have full windows with no screens because it just
yeah.
costs too much, and our windows aren't regular size windows; they're wider. So Chick-fil-A gave you a 5-gallon buckets for free when I started prepping. That's pretty cool.
that's a good idea. Also, if you go to um, like the bakery department, like your grocery store,
Yeah,
ask them what they do with their empty buckets. Sometimes they'll give them to you for free. Also,
if they don't get rid
that.
of lids too.
Mm-hmm. Now,
They give them for free for one reason. They would throw them away otherwise.
Yeah,
So that's why they can give them away because they don't need those buckets anymore.
yeah, I need to definitely check into that. It'd be nice. Like I have a little first aid box, and I have a boxes for my wounds, and I have some other things. I tried a slider, but it's too small for my window. They don't make them wide enough.
Okay.
At least down here, I have not one that fits my window. I found one for my son. He's got 3 sets, but then my cousin had like his is a regular window. So actually, I need 3 screen windows. His is a regular window, so my cousin gave up one of her screens because she redid her windows. So he got a screen for his room. So he's got the only screen in the house. I mean, we only have 4 windows in this whole townhouse. Hold on. I got my tape measure here. Let me take a walk over. Let's see.
I found this. It's Build a Kit. It's called Ready.love. vets here in the U.S. and at least some basic things that can be well, it won't let me do what I wanted to do. Hey, come on, supposed to share. Not that way. All right.
Let's see. Do this getting up.
Because what I've come across, and I've lived in, I was born and raised in Virginia. I lived in South Carolina. I lived in Missouri, and I live in Ohio. And I can tell you, each state has something different about being ready for any kind of situation, whether hurricanes, storms, snowstorms, you name it, earthquakes. Because if you Google your state and you put in there and look about the fault line, you'll be surprised how many fault lines are here in the United States. The major ones, yes, is in California and everything, and that's what we think of all the time. But Virginia has, New York and all up and down the East Coast. Missouri has one towards where the little doodad is, the little hook of Missouri, but we felt it all the way in Springfield. So, and that was all the night. And now that's weird when your bed is shaking and it's like telling somebody, don't shake the bed or stop shaking me. Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm nowhere near it. And I'm just like, you wake up and you look and it's like, I was like, okay, did you feel that? They go, yeah, Mom, we felt it. I was like, okay, that was an earthquake. And it was a little one, but we felt it. People don't think, we think about floods, hurricanes, winter storms, the tornadoes. We think of earthquakes in California, but be prepared for that too. Do you know what, And like me, I know, and Des, we can't go underneath the table in an earthquake if it's bad enough, Then he's supposed to get in the door frame. And those were years ago we were told about, earthquakes, and then get outside and it's like, yeah, right. 20 years ago I could do that. I can't do that now. And floods, people have had floods where you never thought, it would be flooding. So when there's, too much water, there's creeks and the drains and all get all backed up, and then,
Yeah, my window is 46 inches across. I have a wide window.
And Shadow has, on Saturdays, he has his live, and they talk about different things about, being prepared, prepping, however you call it, just being ready and certain things. Communication was one of them. I didn't get to be on panel on that one because stuff was going on. But walkie-talkies, a cheap old pair of walkie-talkies. It's just you and your family have a put on a channel that y'all want to talk on and sync it up and test them. We have a pair where Anastasia stuck them. I have no idea. And their batteries, so I'm quite sure the batteries.
And don't forget to get some Israeli bandages, because these are field dressing and a tourniquet in one. You get 2 in 1 basically. These are awesome, and you can handle these by yourself if you're alone. So I highly recommend Israeli bandages.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that's the thing. I'm like, we're not gonna leave. Where are we going? We don't have nowhere to go. I mean,
yeah, I don't have anywhere to go or financial reasons to go, and the vehicle won't be able to go far. And the way it comes off the Gulf, it comes across Panama City from Pensacola, Panama City, comes across and hits like Alabama and Georgia. Well, I'm at like a half an hour away from the Georgia border, so for me to go east wouldn't be good because it comes all across the top of the Panhandle and the Bend. So I'm stuck where I'm stuck. I can't go to Georgia and I can't go south to southern Florida because my car won't make it. First of all, and second of all, depending on how big the storm is, I'll be getting into it either way. So
Right. Because I forgot, I was in somebody's chat the other day and we were kind of like talking about this, and I was like, they were talking bug out, bug out. I'm like, not everybody can bug out. Sometimes you just have to hunker down, and
yeah,
that's it. So that's why I do it the way I do it, because I know there's other people besides me, just like Des. We can't. We're physically not able to bug out.
I have a wheelchair, a walker, a toilet chair, 2 cats, all of our supplies, 2 kids plus myself, 2 adult kids, and I have a little Hyundai Tucson. It's no way all that stuff and the cats and the wheelchairs and everything to be able to get into the vehicle and get out. And I'm the only one that drives. So
Exactly. So, and it's like, kind of think of when the eclipse was happening, all the hoopla of this is going to happen, that's going to happen. It's like, I laughed because I knew, I'm like, I've been through several of these all my life, and all it is just it's going to get dark and then it'll be light again. It doesn't last that long. And I'm like, my mom did that. Think about that. People just kind of like take the bad things and hype it up. And to a point that can be good, but at a point it can be bad because then you stress people out. And then they don't think. And when you're stressed, you're not planning, you're not thinking properly, you're not all you're just sitting there going is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And you lost all train of focus and everything. So my key is don't so much hound people like suggest, like, Shadow did. This is what you need to get. But don't go, this is what you have to get. This is what this generator playing and that generator bringing, or this kind of thing and that kind of thing. And those kind of channels I had to really walk away from because they were getting the very expensive stuff. And I was like, not everybody can buy that. So with this is filled with Dollar Tree stuff. What was $1? $1.25. It's still the same way. I bought this like $10 from Amazon. It's all Dollar Tree stuff in here. The antibiotics, the Band-Aids, it all has to be made the same way as the name brand. And a lot of time it is the name brand, but it's made on their cheaper side so they can still sell more. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I have I have antibiotics, I have some cream, and I have the wraps and the and gauze, but only because of my wounds on my legs. So I have to keep that on tap at all times because my bandage on my legs gets changed every day or every other day. So that kind of stuff for a first aid kit I do have. I don't have a tourniquet, but I have wraps and bandages, and I have creams. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Exactly. I just put the playlist in. It's called Safety and Awareness and Safety, Security, and Awareness. Because even when, like, we'll take just what happened last night in the last couple of days, all the tornadoes and everything and all. So there's damage everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they may not be much to salvage to a lot of people, but think of businesses that aren't open and everything. Well, I don't like saying this, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
I have a
There's
wheelchair and a
store in
walker.
there. They're
Hold
thinking
on.
looting. Go ahead.
Who got CB, the barbecue community, and a couple of other members from the homestead community contributed for me to have a new wheelchair, and I got a walker from a thrift store. But my wheelchair is like 24 inches across, and it's a manual, and my kids have to push me because I can't do it. And so, yeah. Sorry, Nightbot just made me chuckle. So yeah, so I have they raised a lot of funds, and then the extra funds that I had left over, which was about $1,000, I donated to another homesteader who was in an car accident. Him and his wife, who just had gotten a brand new truck, well, a new used truck for them, and so they had hospital bills. So I gave it to them to pay the hospital bills and get their truck repaired in the back ends from the uninsured driver, unlicensed driver. So, yeah, so that event helped me and another YouTuber.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there will be, I mean, it's sad to say this, but there will be looters, people who watch, and that's just their game is they go loot, see what they can find and everything. So, yeah, safety, to me, being aware of your surroundings and everything is one of the most important safety things you could ever do and everything. And,
we stayed home hunkered when we lost our power for a week and a half. We didn't have a camping stove. We didn't have a grill. Thank goodness our neighbor behind us, she's not there anymore, but her and her husband, we brought down our eggs in a big pot, and they boiled it for us so we could have egg salad and the eggs wouldn't go bad, and boiled us some water so we can have coffee. So I was thankful for them,
Exactly. So let me think I can get to it real quick. One more thing I want to show.
Yeah, I gotta
We got
go through the list and get my supplies, because hurricane season starts June 1st here until November.
right. So we moved here. I went back and I checked because I wanted to be right. We moved here October of 2018. So that winter and the following winter. So 2019, well, it started getting cold then, and then the winter of 2019 and 2020, we had those polar vortexes that came down. So this is an emergency can. We haven't even used it yet. But it's a sterno, those little sterno cans. Now this is just liquid. So, but we have the sterno cans, and those can heat up your canned food pretty decent. If you got like a grate, yeah, you do put it on the counter or like put it like one of the oven gloves or something other, or if you have a brick, you can put the sterno can on the brick and then put your grater thing, like I don't want to say like the inside of the grill, but if you have, like my Ninja has one, and it's the little one that you can put stuff on it, it bakes, but you can put that a little bit higher up off the sterno can, and you can heat up a can of chicken noodle soup, or if you've got you can heat up water to have coffee, stuff like that.
Mine does that too, CB. But mine does it like at 12 o'clock at night, right when I'm watching a live or a video, and I'm like, no, so I plug it in while I'm on the phone, while I'm on headphone.
Exactly. Oh, but there's a lot to I mean, there's so much that people we just don't think of. You
Yeah.
know, even like having books and coloring books and puzzles or something to do so that you don't go stir crazy.
Yeah, we have cards, we have puzzles. I have like 6 backgammon boards, a tic-tac-toe board. I definitely have kids coloring books and adult coloring books, crayons and colored pencils. That I'm good on. It's everything else I'm not good on.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we got, oh my goodness, we have a tape full of Legos and
Yeah.
yarn. If do a couple of things of yarn, and if even if you don't use it, that's a good bartering tool you have.
Yeah. I know one thing. I'm going to save a little bit of money on top of the money I'm saving for my pedals, so I can get some like tuna fish we can eat out of the packet, with crackers on the side or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have a closet full of yarn if I run out of it. And I have my camping stove, so I'm good in that regard. I'll probably buy like another 4-pack in the middle of it if I need it, but I should have enough with the 4 cans, hopefully for a week of whatchamacallit. And I have 1 cooler. I can't afford coolers; they're too expensive. So I'm hoping to put like the things that need to be cooled in that, and then get ice and just put it in the freezer.
Now Heather has a great idea, because I wonder if having a bag or box of items needed in each room you go to, so that if an earthquake or something happened, you would have items closer, would work. That's a great idea because
Yeah,
that,
keep an extra pair of shoes in that box, because you never know when you get out of bed in the middle of the night or whatever. You forget that you got to put your shoes on or have your shoes ready, flip flops or whatever at the edge of the bed. But keep some in that box as well. Like cheap little sneakers or whatever, just so that you've got something in case glass breaks.
yeah,
Or there's snow and you got to run out of the house.
exactly. So that's what they were talking about last night on was it Ryan Hall, y'all, or was one another one? It's POW, Ponder on Weather. He was like Ryan Hall, Weather Nerds Unite. There was a couple other ones, but they were talking about, they were like, if y'all in the tornado, if you can hear me and you're in the path of a tornado, they talked about put your shoes on. If you have a bike helmet, put that on so it helps, protect your head for debris falling. So like I said, all those things a lot of people don't think about having, because, you're going to go, like when we had that one at 5 o'clock in the morning, if you're thinking about grabbing shoes when you have to hurry up and take shelter because a tornado is coming, but it's just like, you better have some shoes. I said, grab some shoes, get some shoes. I don't know which ones they are, get some shoes. She just looked at me. I said, if something would have happened and we have to go outside, we can't go barefoot because there's so much glass out there.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
right now, isn't it Old Navy and Dollar Tree have flip flops right now? It's like get the hot glue gun and glue the centerpiece in the flip flop where your toes go between, so it doesn't pop out because it's a cheap shoe, and on the sides, and then you've got that as backup for flip flops to put on your feet. I mean, everybody can afford $1.25 at least.
Exactly.
If you can find your size, and you don't have lymphedema like I do.
Oh, I know. All right, everybody.
I didn't even think about American Red Cross.
Yeah,
ahead.
it's almost 1 o'clock. We're gonna say a prayer, then I'm gonna go ahead and get out there and start doing my planting for the Survival Seeds 24 and Garden State Gardener, and Wild Family Farm has Grow Big TV. So I gotta get some stuff going. And now it's gonna be hot. But now I'm like, I don't mind the heat as much as like I used to. So I'll be all right. But yes, everybody pray for those in the path of the storms last night. It was Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Colorado has snowstorms now. So everybody's getting something. And they saying today is going to be just the same as yesterday. I was like, no, they had enough of those last night. So yeah, American Red Cross does have some good ideas. I was trying to think of some other link thing. I don't know if the CDC has any ideas on that plans. I know FEMA used to. That's why I was looking at their website to see what they would say, but I couldn't find it. But I know it was one of them that sat there and said they had 3 weeks worth of food on hand because we couldn't get to you quick enough. Isn't that lovely? It's like, I don't want you coming to me anyway. So, all right, let me say a prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the health and safety, provision, and protection that you give each and every one of us. We thank you for those who are in the chat and the guests on panel, dear Lord, that you just cover and protect them throughout this week. I thank you for those who are watching the replay, to cover and protect them always. And as we go out this week, may the Lord shine his face upon us, guide us and lead us, dear Lord, and protect us and give us wisdom and understanding and all that we need to do for the seasons that are coming and storms that may be around the corner. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. The key thing is to stay calm, think about things. Okay, the best thing that they taught us growing up in school was do a scenario. Like Hugo said, CB was doing that. They prep. It's called prepping, but what if there's a fire? Do you have a plan to get out of the house quick enough to get for that fire? Look at the forest fires that are going on. Did those people have plans? You got 10 minutes to get out. What are you going to grab and everything? Or, something else to think of is having like all your medical and your information all together. It could be on a flash drive. It could be on a scan disk. The hospitals have that now, so that all you have to do is put that in, and you got all your medical information. So those are some other tips and everything. So y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
See
Take
y'all
care, stay
later.
safe. God bless. Stay vigilant.
StreamYard always has 2 buttons.